then the other thing I would say would be word was that the organization. Oh wow, here we are. Here we are on this segment here at WBLL. And I'm your host, Skipper Mosby, RFD. And I said organization. Holy Spirit gave me that word as we were preparing for this show today. I had realized that preparation was our word last week, and with preparation is dedication. In addition to those more preparation, you'll have an organization. And you'll know, I this is actually honestly being transparent with you listeners. The word organization is for me. But I want to share it with all the listeners because every Monday is the best day to share my new word. So I'm so excited to share it with you guys. And I'm hoping that this week you'll get some organization. It makes life easier. You have things in place. And why you don't get intentional in your place to do it? So I said all that to say I'm happy to say, or being truthfully say, and this is related to our yesterday. We had K Smith. I call him K Smith because that's not his real name, but because of my way of articulating him, it kind of gives it foundation in my mind. But K Smith is here with us. He is one of the best young men I have met in the Nashville greater area. He is a businessman. He is a son. He is an uncle. He is a friend. He is the community hero. I like to always say he's a young man trailblazing in the Nashville area. I am super honored to interview him for the second time. He reached out and said, "Hey, Miss Robin, I want to come on." And I said, "You know what, Miss Robin, I'm going to have you on the show because he has such a wealth of information. As a young man, although he's committed for that, but that big bird is incredible. And our topic today, as no further ado, you can't hear me? Someone said you can't hear me. I okay. I don't know what's going on. Maybe something like that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, so I'm hoping everybody can hear us today. I'm trying to reset up with my live stream because my live stream, on Facebook. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if I can reset. So with no further ado, we're going to get with our guest, Kay Smith. He is a young businessman, black businessman, under 30 years old, doing his thing, trailblazing, changing life. His topic today is health and fitness, and he's also going to talk about his his new business. Oh no, you guys can't hear me. That may be why. That may be why. I'm very sorry. On my phone. So I believe the listeners on the radio can hear. Can you guys hear me? Please leave a comment. I'm talking as loud as I can today, so I'm hoping you hear me. All right, so we're going to get right into Mr. K Smith. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell them how to correctly pronounce your name. I don't want to mess it up because he was one of my best friends in the Nashville area, and I just don't want him to with my funky, sometimes my T's and my I's all sound the same. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for closing that introduction. As you mentioned, I am Nick. I live in the city of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm married to a beautiful, business-minded young woman. I and my family have transitioned into a full-time business and just started recently. It's been about 10 months, and it's been a very, very good business. That's a little bit about me. I also want to give some promotion as well. But I knew from a young kid that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had my own athletic store when I was 11 years old, and my mom kind of started that with me at a young age, with being an entrepreneur, selling a product, and basically having control of my own destiny and where I wanted to go. I always had that that hunger, that drive to start my own business. And then as I got older, I got around other entrepreneurs and people that were at a higher level than me, and they were able to give me guidance, and they were able to give me a lot of tools for me to start my own business. And being around other people has helped me. Being at a young age, at 27 years old, I've learned so much from other people that are doing way better than me. Because it's always good to get around those people, because you can never stop learning. You can never stop learning when it comes to business. So I'm excited about going into the new year, but ending the year on a good note, with both the fitness and notary business. So I'm excited.
Yes, that's exciting. 27-year-old with two prosperous longevity
Yeah,
businesses. Yes, yes.
longevity businesses. With the fitness business, I don't plan on getting out the fitness business. I really want to impact more people online as well. Not just in Nashville, but also online and in different states. And then with the notary business, that's a needed business as well. People have to get stuff notarized, and that was something that I learned this year with this new business.
Wow. You have to tell us a little more. So, what do you believe is the biggest struggle for people when it comes to living a
Mm.
healthier life?
I would just say the first thing that most people struggle with is just the mindset. I think that a lot of people have so many things going on in their life to where their mindset toward fitness is kind of like a negative. It's like, I don't have the time. I have children. I got a business I'm running. It's just so many things going on, in their lives, to where it's like they don't want to take the time to think about it and have the mindset of like, okay, these are the things that I need to do to live a healthier lifestyle. I was just listening to TD Jakes today,
Mm-hmm.
and on YouTube he talked about how this generation is the most busiest generation. Like, we're the most busiest, but that doesn't mean we're productive. But we're the most
Mm.
busiest generation, and I think we have to slow down a little bit. Think about the things that we need to do to keep ourselves healthy, take care of ourselves, and that will help us live a longer life. And I think it all starts off with the mindset. And then I would just say too, in for me, I think it's really the nutrition. People not taking the time to eat healthier food. People rather get food fast. That's why there's a lot of fast food places. It's quick. You can get your food fast, and then you go home. People don't want to take the time to actually go to the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
to get healthier food, or just take the time to meal prep from meal prepping companies, that can have the food ready for you. But it's just, really it's just the nutrition piece of it, and then the mindset. I think those are the two biggest struggles for people when it comes to living a healthier lifestyle, and then staying busy too as well, like being on the go all the time, just with
Mm-hmm.
life itself.
Yeah, that is true. I have to say you're all in my business right now because that is where I'm at when I talk about organization. I use that word today because it really takes organizations to prep. You mentioned the importance of nutrition and
Mhm.
prepping for nutrition. So,
Right.
what are a few things can people do to change?
Hmm.
Making that time for nutrition and making the mindset understand the importance of nutrition. What are a couple of things you think we
Yeah,
can do?
yeah. So to to first start off, I just say when it comes to the mindset piece, getting around people that are going to help you along this journey. Get away
Mhm.
from the negative people. Get around those positive people that are going to help you with this journey. If you're going to be around negative people, you're going to get negative, things in your life. So just getting around positive people. Two, if you're not able to, cook,
get a meal prepping company. There's 2 meal prepping companies in Nashville that's really well. It's Eat Well Nashville and Clean Eats. They will meal prep your food each week. And you can buy the meals from them, and you already have your meals prepared for lunch and dinner. And that's a second option that you can go with. And also taking the time to either work out before you go to work or work out after you get off from work. So I know a lot of people have the schedule of, maybe a 8:30 to 5 job or 9 to 5 job, but you have to make that sacrifice to work out in the morning before the kids wake up or before your mate wakes up, to take that time to work out for 30 minutes. Or you find that time after the kids are settled at home, your mate is settled at home, you can find that 30 minutes at home to do a in-home workout, or you can head straight to the gym and get a 30-minute workout, after you are done with your busy day.
I love that suggestion, doing it before in the morning or in the evening. So we really do have time. We just have to decide, and we also have to be around good people. I love how you said, I think that's really ringed a bell with me. It's important to be around people to eat right, because that's also, birds of a feather flock together. So if you like to have extra on your plate, we normally hang out with those who don't say nothing about us having a little extra on that plate, right? You know how we are, listeners. They ain't gonna tell you take that sweet tea and get you some water. That's what I need. I need to be around the right people. I love that. Thank you for that suggestion too. No, really, I need to get more of my team on to eating better. And you remind me a little bit about one of my sons who's a vegan. I just mentioned that when he comes around, it does shift my eating habits. He's like, Mom, I'm cooking this and I'm eating this. And just being around him, because he's a vegan, really I go without eating meat a lot. And I be like, and I didn't look up, and I'm like, this boy been here and he done got his mama eating a vegan life. I be like, boy, and I be feeling great though.
No, it gives you a lot. I was gonna go into that, a lot of people that are vegans, they have more energy. That's why they went vegan, because they don't want to eat a lot of meat. They want to have more energy, eating more beans, eating things that give you the protein that you need. You don't have to eat meat every day to get protein. And I think that's what a lot of people feel like they have to do, is eat a lot of meat to get protein. But there are other sources of protein out there besides meat. And there's times, throughout the week where I don't eat meat. I eat a lot of grilled chicken. I eat a lot of fish. But I also eat a lot of grains. And it's very important to eat a lot of grains. But also, I would tell to the listeners, it's very important to stay away from the processed foods. So, the processed sugars, the chips, the candy, fast food places, the fried chicken, a lot of carbs. In the US, that's why the obesity rate is so high, because they're giving us so much food that's processed, and we're eating a lot of carbs, but we're not eating a lot of fresh and organic foods. We got to put better food in our body, and it's very important because it causes health problems down the road. I hear people say, well, I can't afford to eat healthy. Well, I'm like, okay, you can't afford to eat healthy. Okay, that's fine, but you're going to pay for it when you get older and you have to go to the hospital, and the hospital bills are so high. You can spend a little bit more now and have a longevity life than when you hit 50 to 55 years old and you have all these health problems. Then you have to pay so much money when you go to the hospital. And I don't want that for my community, and especially in the Black community. In our community, there's not a lot of healthy places to eat. So, you have to go to places, in different neighborhoods to get healthier food, or go to the grocery store and get the non-processed foods that you need to live a healthier lifestyle.
I agree. I think that I thought about that a lot. We don't have in our community things that tell us to eat better and have a better body and those things. And it is important that we do prepare to go to stores and quality stores and get our meals planned and pre-ordered. I like that, because I was thinking I heard of those places, but since you recommend them, I think I may try them out.
Yeah.
And vegans do have a lot of more energy. I have to say,
Yeah.
I would like hanging with him. Like, I'll be like, son. So yeah, that's good that you said that we don't have to have meat. And another thing you said is that we don't have to have meat every day. I learned
Every
that from
day.
another nutritionist, because sometimes we
Yeah.
have meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's a lot of meat to process in our bodies, listeners. You can really cut back and maybe have meat just once a day instead of three
Yeah,
times a day.
right. And I was gonna go into that. So, with eating a lot of processed food and eating a lot of meat, it actually slows your body down and it takes away the energy. So I don't think a lot
Mm.
of listeners know that, but eating a lot of processed foods and eating a lot of meat, that takes a lot of energy away from you. And that's why people feel so sluggish throughout the day, and they need coffee and they need things to give them an energy boost. But even with coffee and other things that they think what they need, it's only going to give you energy for a little bit, and then you're back to that sluggish feeling again. You got to have all natural sugars and vegetables and organic foods to give you that protein that you need and the energy that you need as well. And also drinking enough water throughout the day. You got to look at your water intake. It's very important to get enough water throughout the day. A lot of people are dehydrated throughout the day, and that's another reason why they probably don't have a lot of energy as well.
I have to say, you're really hitting some points with me. I know the listeners are out there can agree with us. We really have to pay attention to being hydrated. For me, I realize as I'm maturing that water is like essential. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
feeling like it is so essential anymore. So I really appreciate you saying that. And then
Yeah.
with us approaching the holiday seasons, and we're going to be going to family and friends' houses, and we like to have
I'm gonna
good.
get I'm gonna get so many calls after Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're gonna be eating good. They're gonna be like, Kyle, you gonna have to train me to get these pounds off.
I know. That's why I said we need him uh, coming soon, because we're gonna
Yeah.
be eating a lot of fun food with our family and friends. So tell us a little bit about your fitness journey and when did it
Mm-hmm.
start, and
Yeah.
how did you get into the fitness business, and tell us a little about that journey.
Yeah. So I started my fitness business in 2018. I got certified in 2017, but I was able to get into a gym in 2018. So I started off with a tough journey, like any other entrepreneur in the beginning. The first year is a learning year. Let me say that the first year is a learning year. I did well, but I also made some mistakes as well the first year. And it was hard to get business the first year. Nobody really trusts you
Okay,
in the
okay.
beginning. But I thought it was gonna be easy because I was a former athlete. So I kind of went into it like, I'm built, I got a nice body. But I had to learn so many different things when I got into the fitness business, like learning about the body. I couldn't train everybody the same. Everybody doesn't eat the same thing. So there was a lot of things that I had to learn the first year to be successful now. And I still have a long way to go. 4 years, being a fitness coach, some people will still think that's not a lot of time, but the journey has been great. There's been high and lows. I've built a lot of great relationships with my clients now, past clients, and I've enjoyed the journey. I've worked with so many people with doing group classes, individual classes, going out and networking with so many different people, and it's been a great journey. My goal in Nashville is to impact as many lives as I can to help people live a healthier lifestyle, because there's so many people out here that need this information and need people in their lives that's going to hold them accountable and make sure that they stay on top of their fitness and nutrition goals on a daily or weekly basis. Because a lot of people just don't have that accountability. You think you would get it, from your family members or your friends or your mate, but a lot of times, they're not going to hold you accountable like you think they are.
Whoa, and I love the word accountable. accountability. I'll tell you right now, that word there hitting strong, hitting real hard, because I have you right here in my face, and I'm like, you would be a great accountability partner for me.
Right.
And I literally like sometimes, like you said, we need to slow down. And last week when I was setting my goals for the week and coming up, like, what is the three things I want to focus on? And basically it's nutrition, and then I was like, and fitness. And I was
Right.
like, in order to take on this, great new adventure as the hostess with the mostest,
Mm.
at the RFD Talk, you know what I mean, here at the WBOA, I'm like, I got to really, tune in to the body, get it ready and more energy. And I
Yeah.
learned that, it's not
You
good when you're sluggish. It's just not good.
right. And I was gonna say too, when you have more energy, you're more productive. And I realized that when with my journey with fitness, I tell people all the time, my mom didn't cook. My mom didn't cook.
Oh,
I
this
was
is
eat
good
I
story.
was eating Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, all the fast food places you can think of growing up as a kid. But what helped me, was I played sports, as a kid. But now I look back at my life as a kid, I could even been in way better shape, and had more energy as a kid if I would have ate better. But I had a situation in college that changed everything. My freshman year, I woke up one morning and I couldn't move my hands, like they were shaking. And I didn't really understand what was going on. And I called my mom and I told her, something's not right. So they came and picked me up, and I went to the doctor, and they said my blood pressure was skyrocket. And they told me that if I didn't come to the hospital, within that day, it could have been way worse. And hearing that and understanding it, he kind of told me, you're an athlete, but you have to eat healthy as well. And that situation helped me to understand that I have to make sure that I eat properly and take care of my body, to where, just because I'm an athlete doesn't give me a pass on not eating right. Because when my ball days were over, I knew that I had to eat healthy to live a long life. I knew I wanted to have children, I wanted to get married, I wanted to travel and do the things that I wanted to do. I knew I had to take care of myself. So um for our listeners, I don't want that situation to happen for you, to understand that it's important to eat healthy. Because I think that's what happens to a lot of people. There's a situation that happens, and then they're like, "Oh, now I need to eat healthy." But we shouldn't wait that long, or a situation happen like that to where we're like, "Oh, now we have to eat healthy."
Oh, I love where you're going with that. Oh my goodness, you have some great points, and you are all in. Like, get RFD in shape. You are all, because I don't want to, and I see that happens with us, as I've matured and aging, and I see that with some of us sometimes. It takes us to have something trauma, or we go get put in the hospital, or a doctor tell us, you got to change your eating. I think it's a lot of unlearning that, like you said, when we were young, we were exposed to those processed foods and things
Yeah.
like that, or maybe had a single mother, like
Yeah.
myself as well. My mother was a single mother at the time, divorced early in my life, and I remember those, go to McDonald's, or she couldn't cook a lot of. My mother didn't cook a lot of
Yeah.
fancy food either, and
Yeah.
so I know the first half of my life I was like that, depleted for energy, food, and all the good things. And mom's was good to me, but I didn't
Yeah.
get to really understand the nutrition part of life. And I think a lot of our listeners may have held on to some of those habits from our childhood, is why I'm bringing that up. Our childhood
Yeah.
sometimes spills over, and then we run into situations like we're living now, in a time where COVID-19, if you have preconditioned issues, and then that's, a part, that's a
Yeah.
part of it, not being physically, or your immune system not being prepared for
Mm.
this pandemic or crisis that we are facing every day. When we're around people, our immune systems or sometime are not
Yeah.
capable of really fighting for healthy. Sometimes I think of health, for me. Do you also think of health as like a wealth concept of life too, like health and wealth is hand in hand? How do you look at that?
Yeah, it is. Health is wealth. For me, with my businesses, me having more energy,
Mhm.
I have time to think about new ideas.
Mm, let's talk about that.
Most, for most people that don't eat healthy, they get off work, time to watch Netflix, relax on the couch. That's the
This is
norm.
not
That's the
good.
norm that
Mhm.
America has put out there. You work your 9 to 5, you eat your lunch,
Mhm.
you get off from work,
Mhm.
you sit on the couch, watch Netflix, eat a meal, and then have a little time with your family and go to sleep. That's how we've been programmed.
Mhm.
But when you put healthier food in your body and you're getting enough rest throughout the night, you're able to wake up and you're able to think and you're able to
Mm.
have new ideas for yourselves. To be honest with you, America has made it to where they're wanting to take away creativity. They're wanting to take it
Mm.
away because you're so locked in on your 9 to 5 and being so busy to where you don't have the time to sit down and be creative. Like, you have to find time to relax and
Mm.
sit and be creative to find new things that you want to do for yourself. You know, I'm gonna bring up my girlfriend.
Yeah, please bring that
I'm gonna
beautiful
bring
young
up.
lady
Yeah,
into this
I'm gonna
conversation.
bring up. I'm gonna
Yes.
bring up my girlfriend.
Yes.
We talk about investing into real estate together and putting our money to work, investing into the stock market. Doing the things that will help us long term, so where
Mhm.
we're making money in our sleep. And I'm not saying that I'm the only one that can do it, but you have to have that time to think about these things, because if you just keep going and you keep working, you're working your 9 to 5, you you're not gonna have time to really think about, how am I gonna get out of this rat race? Because you're so busy, and then before you know it, you waking you're almost 50, 60 years old, and then you like, what else have I worked for? Have I
Mhm.
thought about the things that I want to do outside of my job? And I think that will help a lot of people, is just find a Saturday or find a Sunday, on the weekends, to be creative and find that time to really understand what you truly want to do in life. And you can still work at 9 to 5 and think about these things. Like, I want to tell the listeners, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5,
Right.
but find that time after work,
Mhm.
to really think about the things that you want to do and have a timeline on when you want to accomplish these things. And me and my girlfriend talk about these things all the time,
Yeah,
what we want to do,
that
you
is
know.
awesome. Tell me a little bit about you. I seen a beautiful picture of you and your girlfriend. I
All
said,
right.
y'all look like y'all were made for each other. Y'all are so adorable. What? Tell me a little bit about her.
That's my baby.
I know you guys look like when I watch y'all, I follow him, and I love seeing you with it. You have such a fruitful, and I want to say fruitful life, and he has such a balance with life at 27. This is the young man who I'm like, wow, like he has a girlfriend, he travels, he works, he has business. Tell us a little bit about your, what does she do as well? Is she in fitness with you, or how?
My girlfriend, she works out from time to time. Right now she goes to Meharry.
Okay, cool.
She's going to be a dentist.
Oh, wonderful.
So she's in her last year. She will finish in May.
That's
With
awesome.
with her being in school, and right now we're making adjustments when she's done with school, and we're planning our lives, when she's done with school. But I'm very proud of her.
Yeah.
She's working hard. She also works too. So she's working and then she goes to school, throughout the week. So she has a pretty busy schedule, but we hold each other
That's
accountable.
awesome.
We're working hard, but we're also thinking long term. What are the goals 10 to 15 years from now? And sometimes I have to slow us down. Like, she's working and going to school. I'm like, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's think about our future. Let's think about the things that we want to do, 10 to 15 years from now, to where, we don't have to, be on this rat race,
I love
till we're making money in our sleep.
I love it. You said, woo, he said all the key words that RFD like rat race, and all of us are on the rat race. And I hear that word because I think of us, especially us women, sometimes, and men as well, because I think we carry a lot of hats, like you
Yeah,
said, and then we don't slow down on the rat race. And the
right.
balance of that is really, like you said, just decide to slow down, relax. And there was something else you said, rat race. And then what else was the other word you said after
I
that?
was just saying you have to have a balance, of thinking about your long term goals, and then also understanding, like, we all have to work, but you also have to think about your long term goals as well.
And yes, that's what I wanted to go back to. Long term goals.
Long term
That is
goals.
so important because before you know it, the 5 and 10 years will creep up on you.
Exactly.
And we again are waiting to start again tomorrow and say, oh, I'll do better tomorrow and all this stuff.
Hmm.
So you just like said, no, you got to be thinking about tomorrow and planning for your 5 to 10 years and what is that going
Hmm.
to look like for you and your beloved girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I just haven't met a young man that's so like trailblazer, innovative, focused, and has the whole balance of
Yeah.
life before 30. Most men are still battling with all that,
Yeah.
and not all men are like that, but some men tend to battle. And I think some young women are sometimes struggling with, how to really be true to their self, true to their calling, passionate, on
Mm.
purpose, and pacing yourself, taking it at your own pace and making it make sense and enjoyable.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, last thing on that topic, one thing that's helped me with the work life balance is getting around guys who are doing it. That
Mm.
that have a good work life balance where they're not giving all their time to their business or their job, but they're
Mm.
mentoring me on how to balance, your job, your businesses, and then everything else that you're trying to do. And because I grew up in a single a single. My mom was a single parent. My dad wasn't in my life all the time, so I had to get around men and people that could help me and guide me to do those things. And being at 27 years old, I'm still learning a lot. But I'm around guys who are doing it, and they have a good work life balance.
That is so amazing. So we talked about fitness, but we got
Mm,
some more great stuff to find out about you. You
mm,
just started a new business. What
mhm.
made you want to start a notary business?
Yeah, so shout out to Andre Hatchett. He was the guy that I saw on Instagram that talked about having a notary business, and he had I think it was a 2 week program that he had, and I thought it was very interesting when I saw it on Instagram. And for me, it was about networking, networking with people. And then I knew it was a needed business. I wanted to get into a business outside of the fitness where I can get into a business that is needed, where it's not
Mm.
like, well, I can do it sometimes. I don't have to do it now. I wanted to get into a business where I can network, build relationships, and get into a needed field. And I've learned so much already with the notary business. I really like it a lot. And I've already have built great relationships with people that I've done notary work for. And I'm looking forward to doing well in this business, and putting a lot of work into it. Grinding, finding ways to grow the business on a daily, and learn from people who are doing well in that business as well, like Andre Hatchett. He's been a notary for 15 years, and
Mm.
he's helped me and guided me and shown me ways on how I can be successful in this business. And the business is Nashville Mobile Notary Incorporated.
Mhm.
If you need notary work, if you're needing anything for that, I can help you. Again, Nashville Mobile Notary Incorporated. That's the business. If you want to call me, you can at 615-500-4351. And the email is info at mobile Nashville Notary.live. If you want the email. But You can also Google me too. I'm on Google now.
Look at you. Look at him. Worldwide, international. So tell me, do you see yourself doing this a long term? This is a long term business as well?
I do see myself doing it long term. Right now, I'm a mobile notary, so I go to people's homes, I go to hospitals, I go to different places. But later on, I could see myself having a notary signing service to where I have my own company, to where I can hire on people to go out and do the notary work for me as building that business. Right now, I'm doing everything on my own, networking with hospitals, networking with lawyers, doctors, people that need notary work done. But long term, I can see myself having my own business with a service, a notary signing service.
Which business? That's awesome. That is really awesome
Yeah.
because I have had many moments, listeners. Have y'all had moments where you was looking for a notary person and you like, oh my goodness, you got to go to the bank or you got to go to some unfamiliar person,
Right.
and you hope that you can get in and get that done, because there are certain things that we definitely have to have notarized. So I think it's a need, like you said,
It's a needed business.
it's a needed business. And now I'm like, I'm going to just stay in contact with this young man for a lifetime. I feel like he'll have a lot of great things to keep me accountable for.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, and a lot of people don't even understand that there are notaries that banks and UPS can't do. Like there's certain documents that they can't even do. So I tell people that it's convenient when they go with a mobile notary, because sometimes the banks or UPS can't get it done. So if you need to call somebody quick or get on Google, they're right there. And that's why I wanted to get on Google and other platforms for people to find my business, to where they don't have to go to the bank or they don't have to go to UPS. I'm right there and it's convenient for them.
And see, you said the word mobile. That's right. That's the name of your business.
Yeah.
I love that you made it mobile, because that is true. Sometimes, and it's like you need it right then.
Yeah, you need it
and
right
I don't know
then.
about those other papers. But right then, I would like to have somebody come to me. And then also, is your fitness business something that you travel, or do you have a location for?
Yeah. So I travel to clients. They can also come to me. It is just depends on the client. Some clients are still, hesitant with COVID.
Okay.
So I come to their home to train them. But, then you have other people that are not as hesitant, and they will come to me, and I'll train them at my location. But with COVID, it's still, iffy with people on how they want to do things. But I do both. I'll travel to them, or they can come to my location to train. But with the notary business, same thing. I'll travel to them to get documents signed.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about your mother and how your family interact with you being such the impact.
The impact,
the impact that you have on your mother and your probably your whole entire family, your girlfriend, and just tell us about how the impact is in your family.
I would just say that
with your businesses.
Yeah, I would just say that my mom, has given me so many ideas. To my fitness business. She's talked about me doing group training, virtual training, one-on-one training, and she's been very supportive of my new business with the notary business, and she pushes me to the next level. Like my mom is my best friend. She's one of the reasons why I go so hard. And also my grandma, like I'm a grandma's boy. So, Granny, I think about them a lot, when I'm out here working hard, and, I want to make them proud. I want to be able to retire them one day, and I can tell them, you can relax now. You don't have to, hustle as hard. You don't have to go into work every single day to kill yourself to pay bills, and for me, I'm looking to build an empire. I want to be able to build, have wealth, and put myself in a situation to where I can help my mom and my granny. But I just want to make them proud, and my mom and granny has been there for me My girlfriend has been there for me. And shout out to Miss T. She's on here too. Yeah, she's on here. That's my girlfriend's mom.
Oh, hello, Miss T. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Yeah, she's been very supportive as well with both of my businesses as well. So the people that are that are most close to me have been very supportive of everything that I have going on in my life right now. And this is just the beginning. I've only been in the fitness business for 4 years, and I just got started with this notary business. And my goal is to work hard, keep grinding, and I'm not gonna stop. It's gonna keep going.
I don't think you are. I think you have so much more ahead of you. Congratulations to all the success. Like, first, I want to just stop and say, wow, for a young man to be that committed to his family, helping your mother, some say like not have to work and putting her in a place of comfort where ease and grace and money just is
flowing.
It's flowing. Money is flowing. Overflowing. I like that. Endless, unlimited money for you. And that's the life that I believe that when I was talking about our scripture earlier today, when I was saying that the Lord, for I know the plans I have for you in Jeremiah 29:11, it just reminds me that, the Holy Spirit is saying to me, he knows the plans he has for you, and they're much bigger than where you are today. So I know we'll be doing another.
Oh, we're going to do another.
Yes, because I know this is just like the iceberg for you.
And I was just going to say too, I want to give God the glory. Just last year, I was in this year has been a challenge for me, with starting a new business and, still going hard, with my fitness business. It's been a journey. So I want to give glory to God for putting me in a better position, and to be able to work hard and do the things that I need to do to grow these businesses. So I want to give him the glory. And I know God, hasn't stopped, working with me and, helping me to be a better man as well. I think for me too, with growing as a man, has helped me in my business, counseling, therapy. I've put in the time to become a better man and become a better person and lead by example, be a leader. And that's been important for me, even in my relationship, is to be a leader. So where, my lady can follow me, like she knows, like I can trust him. I know he's going to do the right things. And that's very important with what I'm trying to do and lead by example. But just to other kids, the younger generation, that wanting to be entrepreneurs, they can look at me and say, hey, this is a guy I want to look up to. Like, he's living the right way. He's helping the community and he's impacting lives. And that's very important. I'm from Nashville, born and raised. And, I just want to make a stamp on where I'm from.
I love it. I just love that because we're here at the mighty 147 WVOL and it's the Nashville Heritage Station. And I'm really excited to have him here with us. Oh, my camera's acting up. My camera went out. Oh, for my YouTubers, I do apologize. But my listeners, I'm super excited to have you here because I see great things happening for you. And God, yes, has a plan so big for you. So continue believing and thinking big and having those intentions. And we just give God the praise for you because, again, from Nashville, you definitely are leaving a legacy here in Nashville, leaving a legacy. And that's important to leave a legacy, especially as a Black young man. We really can. I'm having some technical challenges for my YouTube and Facebook followers. I do apologize. This is my first year as being the hostess with the mostest. And my camera I don't know what happened to my camera. So I'm working with that, but also wanting to ask So what else would you like our listeners to know about your greatness? Because I am honored to have you. I want you to share whatever you like for them to hear. We have a few more minutes if you want to share why I'm messing with the camera for the
You know, it's very important that you own property or you own land. And that's a way to build wealth. So that's something that I'm working on right now. You know, putting my money to work, and saving, and make sure that I'm putting money into buying property later on as well.
Yes, because I noticed that when I read your bio. I mean, when I looked on your checked you out on your platforms, you also have you're going to invest in real estate, but also stocks.
Yeah,
You do stocks.
yeah,
Too?
yeah.
That's what. Like, tell our viewers about that. So you do. You're like you. Are you Bitcoining? Are you just you learning how to teach me more about stocks?
Yeah. So I have crypto. I invest into crypto.
Okay.
I invested into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. There's a few out there that I'm invested into. Rule number one: you don't tell how much you have.
Okay.
That's a rule. That's rule number one. You can't tell how much you got. But I do invest into crypto. I do invest into stocks. I trade options. But that's a whole nother time for that. But I do buy stocks, and I do trade options with the stock market, and that's another way that you can build wealth as well, is investing. I put it on my page a lot to tell my followers, it's very important to put your money to work. You don't want to leave your money sitting in the bank because your money's not working for you. So that's very important to do that, is put your money to work, put it into something that's going to grow long term. You're not going to get rich quick unless you hit the lottery. But it takes time to grow your money. And there's ways that you can do it: crypto, the stock market, and real estate. So those are the three things that I'm invested into right now, to where I'm building my wealth. It's long term. But in my opinion, I feel that long-term investing always wins. A lot of people want to get rich quick. And it's not like that. It takes time to build wealth. I'm not looking to get rich quick. A lot of people who get rich quick, you don't embrace it. But when you've worked hard and you see the money growing and you're seeing it, put the work, you're gonna enjoy it and appreciate it a lot more. But to the listeners, I would say, take the time to learn about crypto. I'm not a crypto expert or a stock market expert, but I will say, take the time to learn about crypto, learn about the stock market, and learn about real estate, and putting your money to work, because it's very important to do that.
That is really some good stuff. I'm just over here full of things that I got to work on. Even if I feel like, because that is something that, when depending on where you were born or what time in your life, you're not always educated on long-term wealth. I think a lot of time in our culture, you mentioned that people might want to hit the lotto, but they're not mindset ready.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I kind of understand that, because they're not consciously prepared to have all this money, and then you find that they go broke, because it's a mindset, and it takes time to really learn that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, getting money fast is not always good, because like you said, a lot of lottery winners, they could hit 50 million, 100 million, but then within 3 to 4 years they've lost it all, because they didn't learn how to put their money to work. And then, I hate to say this, but probably wasn't spending it the right way. drugs, alcohol,
Yeah.
for the guys, women.
Yeah.
I don't,
It's no different. I'm
yeah,
sure some women
yeah,
who spend
yeah,
money on those things too.
yeah, I don't, like I said, just not putting your money in the right places and letting your money work for you. And we have to have financial knowledge. There's one guy that I follow. His name is Robert Kiyosaki, and I started to read his books on how to put your money to work, buying more assets than liabilities. And that's very important in our community to learn, is buying the assets and letting go of the liabilities. The assets is going to help you make money long term, and you're making money while you're sleeping. But a lot of people in our generation pushes liabilities that's not going to make money for us long term. And I'm 27, I'm still working on it myself. But I know when I start to make way more money, I'm going to be more focused on buying assets than liabilities.
Absolutely. That is some good stuff. Did you all get that, listeners? We need to focus on assets. And that is so true, because I feel like sometimes I think our culture have taught like to buy name brands and all these kind of things like that. And yeah, cars. Yeah, they say that, especially us colored people. We love black folks. We like to get a nice car so that everybody think we got some money, and then we pull up and our house is still not ours. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, and I had to learn the hard way, but I am better now with utilizing my money. And I think that's really the key to being wealthy, is building it slowly and being wise and educated on the assets of what's really important for long-term wealth. That was some great tips. Well, we learned a lot from you today. I really enjoyed everything I learned. So what other things would you want us to know about how to stay in contact with you for the future? What places would you like our listeners to follow up with you, or our listeners may have questions after the interview today? If you have questions, how would they contact you, and what other ways would you like to service them today?
So they can find me on Instagram at kds.k1. They can also find me on Facebook, Kyle Smith. I know my name, that's a lot of people have a Kyle Smith, but if you search my name, it'll be in the Nashville, Tennessee area as well. If you look on location, it'll be Kyle Smith on there. With my notary business, you can contact me at 615-500-4351 if you need any notary work. And also with my email, it's info at nashvillemobilenotary.live. If you wanted to email me for needing my notary services, and that's how you'll be able to find me.
Great. Everybody, this interview is literally changing my life right now. We're on episode 5 here today, and I am elated again that you had the time to come to hang out with me here at the radio station. We did an interview before earlier this year, and it was fun, and I look forward to following up with you, staying in contact with you. And I definitely need him as accountability partner. Definitely,
I'm
because
gonna help you. I'm gonna get you right.
Now y'all about to see a new RFD working with this gentleman. I'm about to have my mind, body, and spirit renewed for 2022, because that's what I could use in 2022. A lot more energy. So I think that I definitely will be following up with you. So I'm telling all the listeners to make sure you do. But we had a great time today.
Thank you for bringing me.
It was so much fun. It's so much fun. And definitely follow him, connect with him, stay in contact with him. And I also wanted to say, you said some things that were really important, and we got to be around good people. So we're going to be saying this is the end of the year. We're approaching the holidays, and we definitely want to hope that everyone will have a great Monday evening. But definitely, what would you tell them for the holidays? One little tip maybe for the holidays, how to get ready to get in contact with you.
I would just say, if you're wanting to work with me, it's very important to change your mindset before you start. You can't come into it with the same mindset. You have to have a different mindset toward reaching the fitness goals or the nutrition goals that you have for yourself. But as we're going into the holidays, think about eating the food portions, not eating big portions,
I like that.
smaller portions. I tell clients, you don't have to starve yourself. You can have a cheat meal or two throughout the week. You can have one or two cheat meals, but it's all about portioning your food and not overeating. But that'll be another topic on another day. But it's very important not to overeat and portion your meals, and that's important. But just going into the holidays, just make sure, guys, to reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, my Instagram is kds.k1 and Facebook Kyle Smith.
Great. Thank you. I so much appreciate this interview with you. And we're done today, this Monday. So I'm sending you love and light. RFD. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week with some new information to help you change your life and transform your life. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. RFD signing out.
Nashville.
All right.